I am pretty sure that we can hear Santa getting that sleigh ready. But until then, welcome to day 11 of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas from the EdTech Teacher. If you've just stumbled across this episode and you've missed out on the last 10 tech tips, my name is Tristan and I am the creator of the EdTech Teacher. Today on the show, I am going to share with you some other podcasts and EdTechers that I love listening to and being inspired by, and I think you should go and check these people out as well. So let's find out more with day 11 of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas from the EdTech Teacher. All right, on today's episode of the 12 Tech Tips of Christmas, I'm going to talk to you about some podcasts that I listen to get inspiration and learn awesome new things when it comes to EdTech and using technology in my classroom. So, as you may or may not be aware, I am a big Google fan, and Google is my life. So if Google have a tool that I can use, I'm going to use that. So at the moment, I am currently in my Google Podcasts page where I go to access my podcasts and listen to my podcasts. Now, you can listen to podcasts pretty much anywhere using any platform you like, and the podcasts that I'm going to suggest today definitely are available across a multitude of platforms such as Apple, Stitcher, even Spotify, okay? So there's lots of great podcasting platforms to listen to. Podcasts are fantastic, okay? They're a way to listen to some audio. Generally, they are quite short. They can be quite short. They can be, up to about an hour. And they're just like a radio program, but they're available on demand, which is fantastic. So you don't have to be listening to something then and there. You can listen to it when it's convenient for you. So I'm just going to go and show you a couple of great podcasts that I like listening to. Now, they're in no particular order, all right? So I'm not saying that one is better than another. This is just how they are appearing in my subscriptions list on Google Podcasts. So the first one that I'm going to show you is My Friend Here by Jennifer Hall from Tech Tips 411. Google has heard her name on my phone and has started talking, so I'm just going to pause her. All right, so Jen Hall from Tech Tips 411 has recently started her podcast. They are the audio broadcast from her live streams. So if you watch her live streams on YouTube, these are just the audio versions of those. So if you can't watch the video, but you'd like to listen to Jen's presentations, you can do that through her Tech Tips 411 podcasts there. She's got a whole heap of awesome podcasts with a whole range of resources, applications, and great ideas that she is sharing with people. So Jen is fantastic. All right, I love Jen. She's a big supporter of anybody involved in EdTech, and I encourage you to go and listen to Jen's Tech Tips 411 podcasts for some great inspiration. Okay, let's go and look at some more. So I've got a whole heap here. Some of these I listen to more than others because obviously we are all time poor as teachers, so sometimes some come above others, but hopefully I get to listen to everybody's eventually. We've got this one here of Got Tech Ed, the podcast by Eric and Nick, which is a fantastic one to listen to as well. All right, these episodes are relatively new, which is fantastic. They're quite short, half an hour. All right, really great to listen to if you're out doing some exercise, going for a walk, or doing some chores around the house. So check out the Got Tech Ed podcast as well for another set of awesome inspiration when it comes to educational technology. All right, the next one is My EdTech Life by Alfonso. Now, Alfonso is an amazing person. If you have looked at his YouTube channel, he is just the most beautiful human being in the world. He is so nice, so polite, and just so lovely. So you can go there and you can listen to his podcast episodes there, which are also an audio version of his live streams off his YouTube channel, which you can go and listen to. So go and check out Alfonso's My EdTech Life podcast for more wonderful inspiration there. Okay, let's keep going. All right, we've got Taking a Bite Out of EdTech here by Marshall Bayer. All right, it's another really great one. He's a fantastic EdTech out there. Lots of inspiration, lots of great knowledge when it comes to EdTech. The Easy Oops, that one's gone to the next page. The Easy EdTech podcast here, all right, by Monica Birds. Another fantastic podcast that you might like to go and have a listen to as well. All right, we've got another one here, the EdTech Talks podcast. Fantastic, all right. They're all fantastic. I obviously skipping over a couple of these very quickly because I don't want this Tech Tips episode to go forever, but go and have a look at these. That's what I encourage you to do. That's what I've done. I've just gone and searched for educational technology in Google Podcast and just added them to my subscription list, and I go and listen to them when I have a chance and see what I can learn from these awesome people. All right, the next one is the Ditch That Textbook podcast by my good friend Matt Miller. These podcasts were actually the inspiration for my podcast, the EdTech Teacher podcast. These are very short little podcasts that Matt has created using the Anchor app, which is actually what I use to create my podcast, so Anchor FM. And these are just very short, very simple, to the point podcast episodes there. So you could put, 5, 10 of them into your playlist to listen to them as a bulk, in a bulk session if you would like to do that. So the Ditch That Textbook podcast by Matt Miller is another great one to listen to. All right, that leads on to another one, which I'm just going to scroll down the end here. I'm not skipping some. I'm going to go back to those, but I'm just going to talk about this one here, the Shake Up Learning Show by Casey Bell. Casey Bell is fantastic. Casey is one of the inspirations behind my decision to become an EdTech teacher and share my love of technology with people. So you can go and listen to her show, the Shake Up Learning Show, with a whole range of amazing resources when it comes to Google and educational technology in general. So go and have a listen to Casey's episodes and see what you can learn and what you could use and implement in your classroom. All right, that's going to lead me to another one here, which is the Google Teacher Podcast. Now, this is combining two of my favorite EdTechers, Casey Bell and Matt Miller, together in the same podcast. That's right, the same podcast. So the Google Teacher Podcast, as it says, it's obviously about Google and G Suite and using these tools in the classroom, using the expertise of Casey and Matt Miller. So go and check out the Google Teacher Podcast, and you can even become part of the Google Teacher Podcast team and group and become part of that. So go and check those podcasts out. They're fantastic. They're really great, and I've actually learnt a lot from these podcasts. All right, let's quickly go back, and I'll just go over a few more. We've got the 10-minute podcast here from Vicky Davis, fantastic as well. We've got Educational Duct Tape here by Jake Miller. All right, some more great ideas presented in those podcast episodes that you can listen to. All right, we have Something to Tech About, which I love. The girls here that present this, Angela and Drew, are just amazing. They're just so genuine, and I love listening to them when I have the moment and I have a chance. We've got the EdTech guys here, some more great EdTechers there. All right, if you want to go and learn something else about educational technology, heaps of episodes there for you to go and have a listen to. It doesn't matter if the episodes are a little bit old. There's still lots that we can learn. All right, there's still lots that we can take away, that we can implement and use in our classrooms to improve our students' capacity with technology. All right, we've got the Cult of Pedagogy here, which is another fantastic podcast that you can listen to. And I'm going to finish off today talking about this one here, the Sweet Talk by Kimberly Martina. So again, these are just an audio recording of her live streamed videos on YouTube. And Kim is a wonderful person. Kim has been a big supporter and a big inspiration for me again, in conjunction with Matt and Casey and a whole heap of other EdTechers. And what I love about Kim is her passion and her kind of ethos is to pay it forward. So what she does is trying to help everybody else when it comes to using EdTech and building that capacity in our students, which is fantastic. And I am very lucky that in early January 2021, I will be appearing on The Sweet Talk with Kim, and I will actually be talking about Planboard by Chalk, which is a digital daybook. So stay tuned in early January. I think it's broadcasting on the 4th of January in the US, and it's the 5th of January over here in Australia for me. But I will be appearing in my first ever presentation and my first ever, live segment on the Sweet Talk with Kim. So there you go, a whole heap of podcasts that I listen to that I find very inspirational. Now, there's one last podcast that I'm going to talk to you about, and I hope that you go and have a listen to this podcast because it's very, very special to me. And that's this one here, the EdTech Teacher Podcast. So I created the EdTech Teacher in early 2020. It was a little hobby at the time, and I didn't actually expect to be doing so much so quickly. It was January, it was here, it was hot, it was summer, we had been suffering pretty severe bushfires in Australia, and, that's when I thought, I'm going to start the EdTech Teacher. Anyway, the EdTech Teacher has grown since then. All right, I've got my tutorial videos, I've got a heap of infographics, YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, all these kind of things, and then I listened to some of Matt Miller's episodes on the Ditch That Textbook podcast and learnt about how easy Anchor FM was to use, and that is where the EdTech Teacher podcast has come from. So at the moment, we have had one full season, and our seasons last for 10 episodes. So you can go and listen to every single episode from season 1 so far. The episodes are less than 15 minutes in length. I've tried to keep them fairly condensed because I know that we're all busy. Season 2 has started, and there is a new episode from Season 2 every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. So you can listen to my podcast from Google Podcasts. You can listen on Apple, Spotify, Breaker, all of those different podcast applications as well. Or you can go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm/the EdTech Teacher podcast. Well, there you go. Just some podcasts that I listen to that I find very inspirational, that if you're looking for a podcast to listen to when you're driving, if you're going away these holidays, if you're not under any COVID restrictions, or if you just like to listen to something when you've got a little bit of spare time or you're doing some exercise, go and have a look and see what kind of podcasts are out there for EdTechers and help you implement and integrate more technology into your classrooms. Well, this is day 11. Day 11 of the 12 tech tips of Christmas already. I can't believe that we have one tech tip left for the 12 tech tips of Christmas. So Christmas is almost here. I'm sure Santa is getting his sleigh ready with all those presents. But that's it for today. I am Tristan. I am the creator of the EdTech Teacher, and this has been day 11 of the 12 tech tips of Christmas. So until tomorrow, stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video from the EdTech Teacher. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so that you can tell other people just how amazing the videos and tutorials are from the EdTech Teacher. And if you haven't done so already, we would love it if you would head over here and click the red subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget that once you've subscribed to our channel, to click the notification bell so that you are notified when new videos are added to our channel. We are so grateful that you've taken the time to watch one of our videos, and we hope you come back very soon. Thanks very much from the EdTech Teacher.